channels, including setting up landing pages, for things like Facebook, as well as Social Studio, which is our product that lets you both publish and engage on social channels, and I'll be diving a little bit deeper on that in a little bit. In terms of the web, we have a predictive intelligence, which lets you kind of track all the behavior of people visiting your website and suggest content to them based on the affinities that we develop on those people, and that works for both unknown visitors, maybe prospective students, as well as known entities who you have data on. And of course, data drives everything in the platform, so we've got a pretty rich capability around bringing data in and letting you use that data to do targeting and segmentation and triggering journeys. And speaking of journeys, that's what marketing automation is all about. That's at the heart of our platform, and we'll be diving a little bit deeper into that in a minute with Journey Builder, which is really about creating those one-to-one journeys that Kathy was talking about a little bit earlier. And before I get started going to some of these channels, I did want to mention one thing which I think is probably of interest to a lot of you who are listening now, which is the enterprise structure of the Marketing Cloud. So here, the demonstration I'm using is for a company called Northern Trail Outfitters, a fictitious outdoor gear retailer. And I'm in the main account for Northern Trail Outfitters, but you can see here there's a couple of business units underneath it for the rewards program and also the children's line of products they have. And this concept can really be applied to any industry, and I would imagine, for a university, you might have that top-level account, and then underneath it you would have different business units for, say, College of Engineering, Business School, College of Arts and Sciences, whatever that might be. So that lets you create a lot of content centrally and then share that out with, the separate colleges so they can do their own campaigns without stepping on each other's feet. So I just wanted to mention that before we dive a little deeper into a few other things. So one thing I want to start off talking about is the data model within Marketing Cloud, and that might seem to be a little bit in the weeds, but I said it's really the data that drives everything that we do. It lets you do that very specific targeting, segmentation to different groups, and also triggering journeys. So here we're looking at the unified contact view within the Marketing Cloud, and at the center we have the contact, and around it we have all the different sources of data we have on that contact. And of course, all the channels that we manage are automatically a part of this model. So we've got email data on people's click behavior on emails they received, mobile push data on mobile push messages they might receive, SMS messages, things like that. And then we can also incorporate third-party data sources as well, which is what we do with pretty much all of our customers, because all of our customers have additional sources of data on their members or customers, or in your case students and alumni. So we can bring in that data as well. And in the case of this particular retailer, they might have third-party tracking information, which they bring in as part of this model, as well as things like e-commerce data and retail transactions. So I just want to point out that all this data is brought together into a unified view of the contact, and that's used pretty extensively throughout the platform. And I'll just maybe briefly show you an example of one random record I pulled up from that contact model, and you can see we've got the different sources of data, system data, email address, email demographics. So all this data is available, so if you do need to go and drill down on a specific individual and see what information you have on them, you can get that all here as well. Now let's go and take a look at one specific channel, email, because I think that's one that a lot of you will be using. Here I'm on the overview page for the email channel, and I'm seeing some of the recent emails that have been worked on. And for Northern Trail Outfitters, it's things like promotional emails for Thanksgiving and Halloween, and an email on backpacks and other types of products they're selling. So these are all the actual individual emails. And then I can also see a look at the templates that are being used, and these are templates you can set up so you can very easily allow non-technical people to create emails from a standard template that really maintains your specific branding. And I should add that everything in the platform is controlled by role-based security, so you can have people in different roles that have the ability to create and modify templates, and then maybe other people can only leverage templates to send emails, and then even that send capability can be another kind of permission. So you can have this tiered level of permission, so you're really kind of protecting your brand and image and making sure nothing goes out that doesn't meet your standards. And then also in email, we have this portfolio of content. So this is where you manage all your digital assets that go out in marketing communications. And it's very easy to upload all these and then drag and drop them into emails when you're doing that kind of creation. But let's go ahead and take a look at one particular email just so you can see a little bit about what happens in the email process. So I'm going to go over to this one email called abandoned cart low value. So this is an email that Northern Trail Outfitters sent